Hey guys, Disna back again with more revision questions from Midwifery, and today we're going to tackle a 20 marks question that I found, and it's a very sweet question. So let's get into it. So the question is saying Mrs. X gravida 3 is diagnosed with shoulder dystocia in the second stage of labor. Question A: define shoulder dystocia. So, for you to understand what to be able to define shoulder dystocia, you have to understand what is dystocia. So, dystocia is a synonym of obstruction or something being obstructed. So, dystocia. This means it's shoulder being obstructed ama being impacted. So it occurs. It occurs where when the shoulder fails to traverse, nashindwa kupita the pelvis of the mother spontaneously, requiring the nurse or the midwife to use additional maneuvers to give birth the rest of the body. It's seen when by this sign we call turtle sign, where the fetal head is born but it tends to move in inatoka nje inarudi, is known turtle sign. This means it shows that the rest of the body, especially the shoulder, is being disimpacted. Either the anterior shoulder iko impacted on or behind the what we call the symphysis pubis, or the posterior shoulder iko impacted kwa what we call the sacropromontory, sacrum. So I think I've defined it. I think I've defined what shoulder dystocia is. Is the failure of the shoulder to traverse the pelvis spontaneously. Yeah. Requiring the midwife or the nurse to use additional maneuvers to give birth to the rest of the body after the head has been delivered. Either by the shoulder being stacked, anterior shoulder being stacked behind the symphysis pubis, or the posterior shoulder being impacted in the sacropromontory. Yeah, that's the end of the first question. But you can define simpler, just for example, just someone to the failure of the shoulder to traverse the pelvis spontaneously, Yeah. So the other question being, give 5 risk factors for shoulder dystocia. So mostly shoulder dystocia, it occurs actually during labor and sometimes also before labor. So this condition before labor, antenatal condition or risk factors. We have the first one is eye parity. Those women have given birth mara mingi. They tell like masusi zao ni kazi zimechoka. Then we have also the post-term pregnancy, also can result to shoulder dystocia. Then you have other conditions such as maternal age more than 35. So please, usipita 35, usiseme nitalewa nika 35 40. And please don't risk kuumiza mtoto wako. Please give birth before 35. So that is another condition. The maternal age more than 35 years old. So kama uko 35, don't. No, I'm not discouraging you though. Yeah, but that is another risk factor that can cause shoulder dystocia. Then maternal obesity. Women who are 90 kgs, please punguza kilo. Please punguza kilo. So maternal obesity, especially women who are more than 90 kgs, also are at risk of women being of fetus experiencing fetal distortion. Also can occur with women who have diabetes. That is not a fault. Diabetes, and also remember that diabetes increases the risk of giving birth to a macrosomic baby, which can also be other condition. Actually, the main antenatal condition of shoulder dystocia is macrosomic baby. Macrosomia ni mtoto akiwa mkubwa, akiwa na weight more than 4 kgs, 4,000 grams. 4 kgs, 4,000 grams, Then during labor, the other risk factors that can occur, maybe you came, your good conditions ziko sawa, but during the process of labor, like during let me say the intrapartum period, we have other 4 risk factors. The first one is assistive birth. For example, you're using assistive birth, we have vacuum or forceps delivery, vaginal delivery, so can result to shoulder being impacted. Then you have oxytocin augmentation. You know, sometimes it's good for a woman to deliver spontaneously without the help of other, like kama she's in a position of delivering spontaneously, let her deliver spontaneously. So because sometimes you can give oxytocin ya kuaugment sasa ya kuspeed labor, resulting now to shoulder being impacted. Then we also have prolonged labor. Other condition is prolonged second stage of labor. Those are two different points. Prolonged labor and prolonged second stage of labor. So so the question was asking 5 factors of shoulder dystocia. I think I've mentioned them now. Let me summarize quickly. Postpartum pregnancy, multiparity, or eye parity, diabetes, maternal obesity, more than 90 kgs, maternal women, maternal age of more than 35 years, fetal macrosomia. Then intrapartum condition, risk factors, we have prolonged second stage of labor, prolonged labor, assistive birth, and the fourth one is oxytocin augmentation. So that is the question B. You have already answered, tick. So the next question is either it's saying describe the management of Mrs. X after 24 hours following delivery. So simply it's asking us to describe the management of shoulder dystocia. So this question, this question of management has 12 marks. So how would you start? For you to get it easier, know this mnemonic known as ELPA. ELPA with an extra, is it extra R? Yeah, ELPA mnemonic. Yeah. So let's start. So ELPA, the H stands for help. Help means this means that when you see the and what will confirm the diagnosis of shoulder dystocia is turtle sign. The moment you turtle sign, please, you can't deliver this woman ukiwa peke yako. Please call for assistance, for just call for help or alert the obstetric team ama the medical team wakuje. At the same time, when you are alerting the medical team, when they come now, you also calm the mother. When you calm the mother, you explain the procedure to the mother. These will help you, will help the, when you explain the procedure to the mother, it will help to have to cooperate vizuri, because when it comes to the maneuvers, you have to tell the mother to do this, to do that. Yeah. So that is the first one, you help. Then the letter E present episiotomy. So episiotomy, if necessary, sometimes it's not, you can do or not, because one thing about episiotomy is not going to help to disimpact the shoulders, but it's going to help you to gain easy to have easy access into the pelvis, especially if you're going to use the invasive procedures, which I'm going to talk about. So that is letter E. Then letter L is legs in Macrobat's maneuver. So after now you've called the medical help, they've explained, and now the woman is willing, the woman is the pregnant mother or the delivery mother is willing to cooperate, and now you're going now to start the maneuvers. We begin with the non-invasive maneuvers. Non-invasive maneuvers ni kama yeah, let's start. We begin an invasive maneuver. The first one is what we call the Mark Roberts maneuver, and that's why the L, saying L mnemonic. L presents legs in Mark Robert maneuver, where now the woman is like positioned in, it's like more of lithotomy position, where the woman lies in a supine position, and then with the buttocks at the edge of the bed, and then our hips are flex. Actually, they flex sharply towards the abdomen. So this movement, when I'm pushing towards the abdomen, will help now rotate, with the rotation, and creating more space for pelvis, and can help to disimpact the shoulders. And mostly the macrobat maneuver is accompanied by what we call applying the pressure suprapubically. So this brings us to letter P, help. P is pressure suprapubically. So you apply the pressure suprapubically by applying the pressure on the side of the fetal, uh, applying pressure on the fetal side, on the side where we have the fetal arm. So you apply a firm pressure on the fetal arm. This helps to adduct the shoulders or to dislodge the shoulders. So if the if the non-invasive maneuvers fail, those are the two non-invasive maneuvers. You can try also what we call the other if they fail, yes, if they fail, you can attempt what you call Gaskin maneuver. Yeah, let me say that. You can attempt a Gaskin maneuver, and Gaskin maneuver is like all force maneuver. All force is where now it's also known as Anthony's maneuver. This maneuver is actually used mostly when when now is the posterior arm or shoulder being impacted, the posterior shoulder being impacted in the sacropromontory. So when kama umediagnose ukajua ni posterior arm iko impacted kwa sacropromontory, the all force maneuver is the Gaskin maneuver is attempted. So now you have tried those first two maneuvers, the McRobert and the suprapubic pressure when you apply, it has failed. So you attempt now the invasive procedures. Now we go to letter E, ELPA. E is the enter vagina. So you enter the vagina. Then the vagina is like you invade the vagina. So they start with the first maneuver, the rotational maneuvers. Need a Rubin maneuver. So this one is where now the midwife enters her fingers to the vagina, and now he places her fingers on the posterior of the part of the anterior arm, rotating the shoulder on the counter it was the anti-clockwise direction. Yeah, so this can help reduce impact. Then this maneuver is mostly accompanied with another maneuver that we call the wood screw maneuver. So this where now the midwife now enters with the other hand, other finger now, other finger, but on the opposite direction, sasa, but on the opposite side, but still applying pressure on the same direction, the anti-clockwise direction. So you can combine Rubin's maneuver and wood screw maneuver. Those are invasive procedures. Yeah. So you have tried those invasive maneuvers. They have failed. What else will you do now? After that after now you have tried the invasive maneuver, the Rubin's and wood screw, you do what you call the delivery of the posterior arm. So then the midwife enters the vagina, is the whole hand into the vagina, locates the posterior arm, and now then I locate the posterior arm, and I flex towards the chest, then and I pull out, delivering it. Now you've tried the non-invasive maneuvers, the macrobot and suprapubic pressure, and the invasive one, Rubin and wood screw and delivery of the posterior arm. They have failed. Now you go to the last resort maneuver. We have a maneuver that is known. Before that, you went to the last resort. We have what we call cleidotomy. Cleidotomy now ni ile you intentionally unavunja the clavicle, intentional fracturing of the clavicle. If you remember the clavicle, I think clavicle ni lakini kama wewe ni nurse unajua clavicle ni nini. So unavunja the clavicle. Ukivunja the clavicle itasaidia sasa ku give birth to the baby. Ama you can use another maneuver, also a last resort maneuver. We call it Zavanelli maneuver. So this Zavanelli maneuver is like you're altering the normal mechanism of birth by returning, sasa unarudisha kichwa into the fetal head into the vagina and returning it into it pre-restitution state, ilikuwa before restitution iokae, and then you take the mother to the CS. So you have to tell the mother you have tried everything and the only option is CS, because there are women who even nimesikia stories the women who they don't want to go for CS. They said, I want to give birth spontaneously. I don't want to go for CS. But so please explain to the woman, come out, tell her you have tried your best, but the only option left is CS. So you return the fetal head into pre-restitution state, and then you take the mother for delivery by CS, cesarean section. Another of the last resort is by doing symphysiotomy, but symphysiotomy is not considered that much because it's way riskier. It's known. This is where now you like symphysiotomy. Tomy means like you're cutting the symphysis pubis. This makes the pelvis to be wider, mostly allowing the easy delivery of the fetus. But this maneuver is not used mostly in shoulder dystocia. It is actually used mostly in cephalopelvic disproportion. Now, after that, there's post-delivery care. So for that, there are a lot of problems that can come with shoulder dystocia, and that's why we're going to discuss the last question. So you monitor the mother for PPH, and also for uterine atony. So you have to you monitor for that too. Then also you monitor you do neonatal assessment. You do the APGAR score 1 to 5 minutes, and then you assess mostly the fetus respiration rate because of risk. There's a risk of asphyxia, and also you assess remember if you did cladiotomy, you assess for shoulder fracture, but hata kama kufanya, please assess the fetus for shoulder fractures and or humerus fracture and clavicle. And what else can you do? Yeah, that's all. And also you give the woman, again, you keep talking to the woman, provide emotional and psychological support to the woman. That's all about management of the shoulder dystocia. Yeah, if I've left something, I think I've said everything that I know. So yeah, everything that I have learned. So the last question is asking, list 4 complications that may be associated with shoulder dystocia. So I think I've even mentioned some of the condition. Let's start with the maternal one. We have postpartum hemorrhage, because during those maneuvers, bleeding can occur. Also, we have mostly because of perineal traumas, laceration or tears, because mostly if it is invasive procedure, the midwife is entering the hand into the vagina, to do those maneuvers. So postpartum hemorrhage. So there's maternal death can occur because of excess maternal due to uterine rupture, which can occur too. Yeah. Then you have fetal neonatal asphyxia. Asphyxia is ile failure ya like mtoto kulia mara ya kwanza ama ku breathe, yeah, having respiration problems. Also we have brachial plexus injury. Yeah, and this can result to what we call and when you identify the brachial plexus injury, it's can be also followed by what we call Erb's palsy. Erb's palsy ni wakati the cervical nerve 5 and 6 zimekuwa affected. Yeah, also check for that. What is the other condition? Neonatal morbidity ama neonatal morbidity ni kuugua na pia mortality. Yeah, I think those are the conditions that I know. Yeah, so that is all about the question. So about shoulder dystocia, what it is, the risk factors, the management, and the complications. So yeah, I think I've explained it all about shoulder dystocia. So yes, That's about the 20 marks. So ukijua you have your all 20 marks. So yeah. And now what is left of us when you know the theory, what is left of us is practically, because you've not gone yet to agenda bado clinicals. So what is left of us now, when you now master the theory part, practical part is going to be easier. So let's kill it, nurses. Tapita. Yeah. Till next time, have a nice time.